Hi, Colleen.
Hi, Liam.
I'm so excited.
I know it's like, and for our viewers, just did the fave 5 and 5, and he was just rattling at the end because he's like, "Oh, I can't wait to get to the next video so that we can record this."
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I probably, if we had re-recorded the Fave 5 and 5, we probably could have gotten it under 5 minutes. But I'm too
maybe.
excited. I needed to get to this one because I'm just super stoked.
Awesome.
Yeah, and we were talking about this just before we sat down to start recording, and I was going to start giving you all of the things that I'm excited about for this rubric release, and I stopped myself. So now I get to tell you all of the things, and tell everybody all of the things that I'm excited about, all in real time. So
Excellent.
yeah, we're doing a closer look at one of the features from the Ultra 3900.112. This is the March release. And super excited. This is our #1 pick that we're going to be talking about once we get to it. We just advance the slides here. As a reminder, feature availability, blah, blah, blah. It's coming, unless something surprises us. It's
Yeah.
in test. It looks good. And as far as I can tell, it's working amazing. So super excited. I actually was testing this, playing around, and sent a quick email to the development team at Anthology, like, hey, just have to tell you how excited I am about this one. So thank you very much for getting this one out
Nice.
there. So, okay, so we are talking about our #1 pick from the March release. This is the pop-out rubric when evaluating an attempt. And if you you may have caught this already in the Fave 5 and 5, but here's the high level explanation from Anthology. You now can pop out the grading rubric so that you can see that and you can move it around when grading an assignment. I think it's fantastic. Just that would have been pleasing to me, but there's a whole bunch more that's incorporated in here. Some things that I think maybe we might not actually have anticipated. So I'm going to do a quick little demonstration in a moment, but before I do, this is a screenshot so you can see here that the rubric has popped out. This is a single desktop. You can see it's sitting there side by side. Personally, I prefer to be marking, like I like to work with multiple screens, so you can imagine also being able to take that rubric right off to this screen onto another one and have full visibility. So really, really cool. But let's jump in. We'll do a demonstration of our of what this looks like. So let me get my screen up. Here we are. All right, and let's make this nice and big for you so you can follow along at home. And there we go. Okay, so here I am. I'm in the test environment right now, so this is not live release, but it will be out soon. And I've created an assignment. I've already kind of done a little bit of work behind the scenes, and I'll show you what I've done. I've got an assignment here right there called Voices United. That's not relevant, but you can see here I've added a rubric. If I open this rubric, you can see what it looks like on the back end. So creating the rubric, not that different. And I'm using a percentage range. Typically, personally, I like to use points, but I thought that this is a good demonstration for how it works at the most complex version. So we've got some criteria here for this assignment, and we have 4 different criteria, achievement levels all set up. Only going here so that you can see this is what it looks like. So I'll get out of there, and we're going to see that we have one student submission here. My preview user has made an attempt on this assignment, so we're going to open this up. And at first glance, everything looks very normal and typical. But as of the previous current release, we can see all of our rubric is down the side here. I'm going to expand it so you can see the descriptions, and this is kind of like helping to exaggerate the benefit to this release. If I were coming through here and I want to give this student their grades, I click there, I give them their grade, and I move along. So then go down through, proficient, we're going to give a grade here, and then scroll down. You could also use the collapse arrows too as you're going through, just to kind of make it a bit easier. So, needs improvement. This is 439. and then collapse that, and so on. So this is one way to be, this is kind of current practice. Um, there we are. And so we've done, everything is clear. So instead though, I'm gonna get rid of all of this, and just bear with me here. Get rid of all of this stuff so that we're starting from 0. Oops. And this one here. Okay, so the student has a new assignment, and instead of clicking through this way, and you can see how that was a familiar and a somewhat time-consuming process. Let's see what this looks like. So the button to pop this rubric out is right here. We're going to click that button, and right away you're going to see it pops out as a new window. And not only does it pop out, but it also reformats the rubric in the layout that we're quite familiar with, right? The exact same way that we designed it. We have the criteria down the side and achievement levels across the top. It does not, so it's loaded in this kind of standard size. We'll just resize this so that we can see the whole thing. And there's the rubric. So I can reposition this. As I said, I can pull this across. I would pull this onto an entire different screen. You can't see this, but I have it over on another screen. I'll just bring it back in and then resize it to how I want this to look. So that's win number 1. And if that was it, I would be like, hooray, that's it. We're going to wrap up the video. But it's really, really slick to work through this. I'm going to do something, and then I'll save a little trick for later. So you'll also see, no, I'll do this. Yeah, I'll say right here, you see the criteria feedback is here. This is here, but I can't do anything with it. That's because I haven't selected an achievement level for this criteria yet. Once I assign something, say, okay, yep, you've got 80%, you got 80 there. Now I can click this to add criteria feedback, and it lands right below that criteria. So I can say, amazing work. This is really insightful. Okay, and then I can go ahead and do the next category. So we'll put 70. And this one, actually, we'll say keep things positive. You've got 80 there, and then 75. And that's it. I've just gone through all of that rubric with very little scrolling. And this is showing a lot of the description. There is a toggle up at the top if you want to see the absolute full description here. You can expand that, and you still see, like, this is quite easy to navigate through. Pretty cool, eh, Colleen?
That's awesome.
Right. And it gets better.
Oh,
Because
what?
I know you might be looking through this and you're like, well, why are these little green buttons here? And I'll tell you why. Because if you want, like, if you feel like you just want to start at a certain level, watch this. I would do, bop. And what it did, and I'll do this into a different column. It pulls everything into the middle ground of that achievement level. So this is ranging from 50 to 75. So the midpoint between 50 and 75 is 62. So it just puts everything at 62, and then you can jump in there and be like, actually, no, 68. And you can modify those to your liking. Really, really slick.
That is so cool.
Right? So, and you see when I did that, it didn't get rid of the criteria. So even if I changed the value of everything, it keeps the feedback. You can delete the feedback by hitting the trash can. That'll get rid of it, but I'm going to leave it there for now. I'm actually also going to add some more comments down here. Well presented. Because what I'll do before we wrap up this video is I'm also going to jump in the student preview so that instructors can see how students can see their feedback. And let's just be a little bit more positive. And we'll say, yep, 87. No, with this one, we're going to give 92. And this one is 85. And that's it. And we're going to save and close. And that's it. You see here these little criteria boxes. So you can add more comments down here if you would like to, without opening up the whole pop-out. You can just do it in there. And I'm going to post that grade so that the students can see it. And let's jump into, pretty cool though, I think.
Yep.
That's what I think. Let's close this and jump into student preview. And so now looking at this from a student perspective, that grade has been posted so they can go to their grade book. They see, oh, there's Voices United. That's the assignment that just got graded. There's the grade. If I click on this, click on this item, there's your grade. Click on there. And you can see right away, there's the content. That's the criteria. That's the score. This is the description of that criteria achievement level. So for this one, I got exemplary, and there's the description, and here's my feedback. Again, the criteria, the score, the achievement level with description. There was no feedback for this one, but there was for this one here. And so nice and easy for students to see. And you'll notice, I'll just do this again so that it's all we did as the student. I just click viewed submission or click the grade item, and here it's all there for the students to see. Now, I will say, and I don't know if Blackboard Anthology wants to consider maybe making criteria feedback, make that heading dark, like bold or purple or something, so that we can see it a little bit more easily. The feedback gets lost in here, so it could be easily missed by the student. What I might consider doing is, let me jump out of student preview and I'll save my data. And I'm going to go back into that same assignment and look here. And when I go into my feedback, I might just go ahead and on a Windows, you can hit a Windows period to pull up this guy here. And I'll just put a little star.
Nice.
Right? And then I'll just copy this. Copy. And collapse that. And this guy here. Oops. Edit. And save that. And the reason for that is that now when the student comes in, looks at their feedback, it has that little star or the emoji. So it could be an idea, it could be a thought bubble, it could be a star, it could be a sad face, whatever. Whatever icon, I just find that helps draw the attention. But if I were giving feedback to Anthology, I'd be saying, hey, maybe we can make that purple or something so that it draws our attention to it. And I think purple makes sense. Since this icon is purple for faculty, when we add feedback, it'd be nice if it adds a purple icon to students so that they can see it.
Yeah.
That was just a thought off the cuff, but look at me coming up with solutions. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to go through here, but I think that covers it. I just think that this is gonna be, it's like I use rubrics all the time in my assignments, and this is gonna change everything. I also, this laptop, this wonderful laptop that I've been given by my department has a touch screen. So to be able to just tap things, especially if you're just using points,
wow.
and then have your keypad, I think it's gonna really change how you do your grading. So
It's great.
yeah, I'm pretty pleased, if I do say so myself.
Look at you.
Yeah,
Just,
right. So, all right. So that ends our demo there, and I think that's it.
Yep.
Am I missing it? Yeah, I think that's it. So
it's hard
hopefully,
you just keep on going on and on about it because it's so exciting, and we don't always get that opportunity. There's some great things in the releases, but when something that comes up that tickles your fancy, it's like, whew, I just want to keep going.
Yeah. So hopefully, folks, you've enjoyed that. You find this helpful. If you haven't been using rubrics, I'd certainly encourage you to try it. But that's it for today. If you haven't already, please remember to like our video, subscribe to our channel. It goes a long way for us and the YouTube algorithms. Also, we've got our drop-in sessions here for faculty Blackboard support. Those are Tuesdays and Fridays at 10:30 a.m. And if you're looking for us, the link is in your calendar in Blackboard. So yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. Thanks everybody for joining us. We'll see you next time, and we hope you have a great day.